Beneath the imposing stone walls of the Tower of London lies a past steeped in blood, betrayal, and heartbreak. But what if death wasn't the end of the story? What if the women who met their fate here, queens, consorts, and captives, never truly left? Tonight, we unravel the tales of Anne Boleyn, Lady Jane Grey, and others whose lives were torn apart by the relentless march of ambition and treachery, the Tower of London. For nearly 1,000 years, this fortress has stood as a symbol of royal power. But it has also been a prison, a place of despair, death, and, some say, restless spirits. Walk these halls long enough, and you might feel a chill that isn't from the wind. Stories of ghosts have circulated here for centuries. Whispered by guards and visitors alike, today, we dive deep into the spectral tales of the Tower's most famous queens. From the betrayal of Anne Boleyn to the tragedy of Lady Jane Grey, these women's stories are etched into history, and into the very stones of this place. Part 1, Anne Boleyn, the betrayed queen, Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII and the queen who changed England forever. Anne was no ordinary woman, she was witty, charismatic, and determined to claim the crown. But with Henry, love was fleeting, and the stakes were deadly. In 1536, Anne was accused of adultery, treason, and incest, charges widely believed to be fabricated. Imprisoned in the Tower, she awaited her fate, knowing the court's verdict was already decided, and, "O death, rock me asleep, bring me to quiet rest." It is said that Anne walked to her execution with grace, her head held high. But in the centuries since, her spirit has not found peace. A guard walks through the Queen's house at night, his lantern flickering. Suddenly, a shadowy figure of Anne appears, her head tucked under her arm. The guard freezes, a look of terror on his face. Accounts of Anne's ghost vary. Some claim she appears as a sorrowful figure in white, while others describe her as headless, wandering the grounds with a haunting expression. Witnesses report an overwhelming sense of sadness and injustice in her presence, as if her spirit still cries out for the truth to be known. Part 2, Lady Jane Grey, the 9-Day Queen. Lady Jane Grey, England's 9-Day Queen, was a victim of political machinations. At just 16 years old, she was thrust onto the throne by scheming nobles, only to be discarded when Mary Tudor seized power. Imprisoned in the Tower, Jane remained dignified, writing letters and preparing herself for the end. On February 12, 1554, she was led to the scaffold. Accounts describe her as calm, her faith unwavering. Even as she faced death, Jane's spirit is said to haunt the Tower Chapel, where she spent her final days. Visitors often report a sense of immense sorrow and the faint sound of a young girl's voice praying in the darkness. Part 3, The Princes in the Tower. Edward V and Richard, Duke of York, known as the Princes in the Tower, disappeared in 1483, their fate shrouded in mystery. Were they murdered by their uncle, Richard III? Or was it another dark plot? To this day, visitors claim to see the boys' ghostly figures holding hands, their faces pale and wide-eyed. Some say they hear faint whispers, "Where is Mother?" Part 4, Other Spirits of the Tower. The Tower of London is home to countless spirits. Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury, was dragged to her death here, and her ghost is said to reenact her brutal execution. Guy Fawkes, tortured in the Tower, is another spectral figure whose cries have been heard echoing through the halls. Part 5, Why do they linger? The Tower's history is soaked in trauma. Ghost stories here aren't just entertainment, they're a reflection of the human cost of power and betrayal. These spirits linger because their stories demand to be told. Perhaps the ghosts of the Tower remind us of the fragility of life, and the price of ambition. Conclusion: the Tower's legacy, the Tower of London, is more than a monument. It's a testament to the power of history, and the voices that refuse to be silenced. As you walk its halls, remember, the past is never truly gone. It's waiting, watching, and sometimes haunting. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.